Hello all and welcome back to Fortnite. After I show you all my user profile and real name characteristics, we are doing Battle Royale style victory while we check out a few of the alternate game modes. Now, Fortnite, although known for having creative mode, we have one of the more iconic characteristic games, Battle Royale style, more recently ripped off by other franchises like Call of Duty, and more famously solo mode, which will allow the fort builder to put their mind and their skills to work in order to conquer 99 other players.
For the record, Fortnite is not the origin of Battle Royale. It really isn't. In all technicality, that title goes to either Minecraft or DayZ, one of the two.
Probably well. What about Player Underground?
Player Unknown's Battleground specifically is a shoot off of DayZ.
So DayZ probably is the originator.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it actually goes to Minecraft.
You could. Oh yeah, I wanted to show the take where I actually still had my victory crown. I did not get back-to-back victory crowns. As you will observe, I did actually lose my victory crown because in this particular season, after we jump off the bus, you get a crown and you wear it, and your head shines when you're in the map, and you can lose the crown as soon as you die. And if another player picks up the crown, then they have the crown. But you do not get to keep the crown unless you win the game. But it is nice to have the crown because everybody wants to be king. Maybe.
Do other players get to see the crown?
Yes, they do.
That is terrible for this type of game, though.
It's a balancing thing. They don't want the same player to win the game after game. So if you're wearing the crown, it puts a target on your head. It makes it easier for other players to find you and kill you. Now, the first thing I had done, as I had learned, because I find dying rather annoying in this game, is I did not wait to go to a specific location. Wherever the bus entered the island, that's where I was going to drop down in a direct vertical style fashion, nosediving to the ground and hitting the parachute. I actually like that little extra points that you get. You get XP if you're the very first player to touch down. I was not the very first player to touch down. Somebody else got that credit, probably because they landed on an object other than the surface. And again, just to bring us all into the world of Fortnite, the object of the game is you must eliminate every other player in the game, well, or just be the last player standing. You do, just like how we had shown off in Call of Duty Warzone, you do not necessarily have to be the conqueror of every last player, but you do have to get at least one kill, namely the second place player. You want to destroy that player in order to win the game.
Okay, then. I noticed that you decided to switch your pickaxe out for a golf club.
It is a golf club, yes, because I love teeing off on the other players. It is a great gas to me. I love killing players with a golf club.
I'm interested that this season actually allowed you to use environmental objects in order to restore shield.
Well, it's a roulette wheel. I mean, more like it's a they rotate out is what I meant to say. The different assets for healing health, dealing damage, mobility, is slide on or off.
Are having a small debate on which they want to actually rotate in between trip to goes and boogie bombs.
Boogie bombs, boogie board. Well, Boogie Bomb sounds pretty cool. The explosives in this game are pretty effective. I have gotten a number of first place victory crowns by throwing grenades at my opponent, especially if they really... Do you really think that fort is going to protect you from my explosives?
Well, in this game it actually does, so...
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, if I don't know which part of the fort you're in, or if you're just sitting in a box like you had just set up a teepee in order to, smoke a pipe and have a little fire and stay warm for a little while, I am going to send the deathly blast chill of winter upon you and kill you.
So 105 rounds on your assault rifle.
Yeah, I got a lot of bullets right now. It feels pretty cozy. The
Ooh.
So the MK7 assault rifle specifically is for this season anyway. There will always be a best weapon depending on the season, when you join in the game, how many times you feel like having all of your experience reset, because every time they advance the season, they also reset your score, the number of gold bars you have, everything. Except for the stuff that you've been picking up in the shop, your costumes, your wristbands, gun, cool doodads, that kind of stuff. Oh, yes, and we can finally build. That's one thing that we didn't get to do in creative mode is what Fortnite wants you to do. They want you to build forts.
Yes and no. More or less the building aspect of Fortnite, although is definitely an aspect of the battle royale mode. The maps specifically aren't really all that well designed for its incorporation.
Well, the idea... Oh, god damn it. I can hear Spider-Man. This was also done during the Spider-Man season. So you will hear Spidey swinging from a web. It's a great mobility tool. You can use it to attach to vehicles in order to... You know, for example, if somebody really wanted to stalk me right now, all they have to do is aim the stupid Spider-Man web at my truck, and they'll be glued to me for a little while. Yeah, that will suck if that happens, because you can really ruin somebody's game if you take them unawares while they're driving.
I noticed that there was a crawling like a six-legged beastie a little bit ago. Are you allowed to interact with it?
Yep. Those guys will... I mean, they're not violent. I believe the gimmick at this stage was if you killed the big beastie, that you got like experience, maybe armor. No, not armor. I mean like items, ammo, legendary weapons, things like that. High risk, high reward.
Okay.
Okay. We also are... See, I think there's like a tornado going on around... Oh, right. It's a lightning storm. Yeah, always be sure to stay abreast of what gimmick is currently storming the mean streets of Fortnite. In this particular instance, there is a lightning storm over our heads that will strike, trees, cabins, fences, and set them ablaze. You do not want to go near objects that are on fire. You will take fire damage.
Okay. So this truck did not actually start with enough fuel to actually cross the entire map, which I understand why, but it's oh, you made it over to Tilted Towers. Ahaha.
Yep, and you get lots of experience for discovering new items on the map, and in addition to having your experience reset season after season, it also resets which... Well, it may change the map entirely, so now you will have a whole new world to discover. The Devoured. Maybe their bodies in here have been eaten by zombies. Oh yeah, I can't believe we're already like 7 minutes into the video. I'm playing as Chris Redfield, and when you got Chris Redfield in Fortnite, you have the option either to play as the more recognizable Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 5 Chris Redfield with the green tactical gear, or you could play as his more infamous, notorious counterpart, most notable for his appearance in the trailer for Resident Evil Village. This is Evil Chris. And I wanted to play as Evil Chris because he has dark-colored clothing, dark-colored hair, so he's more difficult to spot.
Right.
As if it makes a difference.
Wow, we're already down to 25 people?
Yeah, by the time the first... So again, we're playing Battle Royale style. The storm, the gas shroud, the apocalypse, whatever it is that's causing the map to shrink... Usually by the time the circle... Okay, so it had just designated the new storm circle. By the time you get to this stage of the game, normally most of the player population would have been wiped out. Most players get eliminated. Most players get eliminated within the first 5 minutes of the game.
Right, but like... aside from the Spider-Man that was behind you, we still haven't actually encountered any other players again. And
Thank God. Well, that's why this is a victory
Cloud,
tank.
that's the problem that I have with this fucking game mode. And I went over it when we did Warzone. The best way to play this game is to not actually play this game.
Yeah. No, you do have to play the game. There are little nuances that are going to keep you alive. Rule number 1, which I'm breaking hardcore right now, is don't stay in the open. Stay near objects. Use hills. Use crevices. Use blind spots in order to advance. Do not just walk out into a field and expect roses and sunshine. You're going to take a bullet to the brain, and the dude is going to dance on your corpse until he gets third-partied. God, I love third-partying people who thought that they were alone. Like, where? I'm dancing. Oh, fuck, I'm dead. Now I'm just as dead as the person I just killed. Okay, so I got most of the pieces of my loadout. In this season, the MK7 assault rifle is extremely effective because it has a red dot sight, so you're not at the mercy of you're turning a third-person game into a first-person shooter at that point. Very easy to get kills with the MK7, and I have a rare variety, so it deals moderate amount of damage. The other essential weapon that you want is a shotgun, so you can play the stupid jump.
End of games always end up coming into a close/medium range, and the shotgun has always been one of the best weapons at that range.
Yeah, that end game, you oftentimes will be playing the jump shotty game, where all you're doing is just spamming jump and trying to stay off the ground so that your opponent also cannot shoot you while they're jumping in the air like a fucking idiot with a shotgun blasting.
Yeah. And I'm
it's a very frequent
because end of games going into close medium range means that you have to actually interact with people. But this, I like that we're exploring the map. I do, and I like that we're actually getting rewards for exploring the map. Not great rewards, but rewards.
Okay, good. We got First Aid Mist. First Aid Mist is one of the most useful healing items in the game because you can stay in motion while applying the mist. It's heal over time, but because you can be in motion... Oh, there's a player swimming over there. Because you stay in motion, you also can use it like the proverbial gas mask in Warzone, so you can go inside the storm, and you could trick your enemy into thinking that they are not about to get, butt-loved by a player who snuck in from the storm, which is the last place you would expect players to emerge.
Only because actually staying in the storm for a significant period of time is just not really viable.
I mean, right now, being in the storm is not that bad because you only take 1 damage per second. However, damage per second is going to increase as soon as this storm finishes meeting up with the designated circular line that we could see on the minimap.
Mm-hmm. I do like that Battle Royale tries to connect all of the surviving players together using the storm slash encroaching system, but you spend most of the goddamn game just not interacting with it.
All right, so that guy made a poor error in judgment by trying to attack me while he was closer to the edge of the storm circle. Ideally, you want to be closer to safety than your opponent is. The closer you are to the inside of the storm circle, the greater the chance of you winning fights, especially against players who are about to get swallowed by the storm. You can use the storm to your advantage because you can't move as fast while you're shooting. And, I actually got an elimination who was not just the second place player. Yay. How about them apples?
Dirt cut circuit. So this, so I wonder if there is an actual racing challenge on there.
Well, I mean, you can... you can race your opponents to the grave.
Yeah.
Vehicles are... I like vehicles. I've gotten a lot of wins using combinations of vehicles and, non-vehicle options. Primarily using vehicles as a source of armor. Also as a way to break line of sight, because you usually are moving faster in a vehicle than moving on foot.
Right.
And
it would be painful as shit to hold this stance all day.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. But the land of Fortnite is it's a whimsical world. You know, there's no character dialogue. Nobody screams in pain. There's no blood. It's a teen rated shooter game.
Mode, though, so
kind of like Did the Lego video games ever give the characters voices?
I think a couple of them did. Specifically, the Star Wars ones, I'm pretty sure did, but I don't remember the Harry Potter ones having voices.
Like, ooh, hee, ha, ha, yeah.
I mean, yes, they had the Banjo-Kazooie gibberish, but that's not what you're referring to.
No, I wonder if... No, Banjo-Kazooie, unfortunately, is not a playable character in Fortnite.
Yet. I mean...
Not yet.
Ryu, Chun-Li, and I think Guile came in, and as you just mentioned, Chris Redfield came in, so...
Yeah, and Jill Valentine. You can play as Jill Valentine in this game.
Spider-Man's here. Like one of the only iconic, like the only major publisher that I think is still absent from Fortnite is technically Disney, but even that I'm not entirely sure of because no, Star Wars is in Fortnite. Palpatine shows up.
I have the Stormtrooper costume. My buddy got it for me for Christmas.
See, so even Disney's in this damn thing.
Yes, it is. And, you know, we play as who you like. If you love trolling people, hey, there's a lot of over-the-top, ridiculous, you know, childish costumes that will basically infantilize the whole third-person shooter game mode, make your opponent feel like an ass when they die of, Lieutenant John Llama, Gumbo. You can't play as Mickey Mouse, but you can play as fucking, well, he was one of the main players. I actually forget what his name is. It's the mascot of the children's breakfast cereal franchise in this game, and he's a horse character.
Well, it's not BoJack Horseman because he would not actually.
Ooh. Okay, so I had made an important strategic decision. I had switched out my shotgun for another useful close-range type weapon, the SMG. The SMG is legendary, so there's a greater chance that I'm going to win a fight with a legendary weapon than with an uncommon weapon.
Not really. I mean, the damage numbers aren't honestly all that drastically different between the rarities.
You don't necessarily have to have, you know, legendary or epic status weapons in order to win the game. What will win the game is...
I like that aspect, yes, but... because of the rarity system ends up fostering elitism in between younger players, and it's fucking terrible. My nephews specifically have suffered from cases of elitism when it comes to these games.
Well, speaking of elitism, nothing will make you feel more powerful than catching the last two players on the map giving away their positions, because you could see their gunshots and they have no idea where I am.
I can't see yet.
No, yep, there he is. All right, see, eat shit. You should have forded up. This guy is a novice. If this was a player that I was going to lose to, he would have started fording up. But I have the higher ground, and in Fortnite, if you have the higher ground, you're probably going to win the fight.
You got 2 eliminations across the entire game, Cloud.
Damn right, because that's not the point. The point is be the last player standing.
Yes, I know the point is to survive, but I miss Classic Deathmatch so fucking much.
Well, I mean, they do have Deathmatch style, where all that happens is when you die, you just float in from the sky again.
Yeah, but the maps in Fortnite aren't really built for Classic Deathmatch.
I only took 3 damage during the entire fight. That is awesome. Hell yeah. Dude, the number of times that I've lost at this game, every number 1 victory crown feels like a tremendous accomplishment. I love getting victory crowns in Fortnite. But it takes a tremendous amount of concentration, patience,
and not
because
playing
you will
the game
die.
with other people.
You will die most of the time you play this game, so you better cherish those moments when you win, because they are few and far between. Well,
so there,
thank
we're
you
finally
for...
official YouTubers. We did a playthrough of Fortnite Battle Royale.
We've made it. Only the upper echelon of YouTube channels will actually have a playthrough of Fortnite in which we win the game without building a goddamn fort. And thank you so much for watching. It's been fun.
Be safe, everybody.
and always play your best.